Hello and welcome to part 27 of Citizen Sleeper. Let's sleep. Because we have some supplies to gather for some people that are in need. And we're gonna do our best to provide, even though we don't know if it's them some good dice. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I got distracted because I'm so impressed by my dice. Like, 4s are so good now. There's usually something I can spend the 4s on. Let's look at the water immediately. And use these 6s. Oh yeah, look. We can use the 4s here. Okay, hold on. 1, 2... Oh no, there's only 1 from that. We don't need to hack the sensors because that's just for the alert. All we can do is this. Hold on then. Let me just check. Okay, so we can't use the 4s here. Okay, and this is only negotiating access. This isn't even working for the food yet. Okay, but let's use our 4s then and see if it does only give us 1. God damn, it does. So that means we need to use 8 dice here. Brutal. Okay. Well, we can use both of the 4s. Yeah, and then we can use the 5 and the 6 is the same, so let's just use... maybe should have done this already, eh? 2, 2. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can finish this with these dice today. If only that other one had worked. Let's, start. Yeah, let's... Just so we know what we're doing here. I'm gonna re-roll the 1 and think it's gonna be a 5 or a 6. Well, there you go. That is called psychicness. Let's see. Now, I think this just means we can start working. Right. Hold on then. Food for the flotilla. The flotilla needs a lot of food to last out the quarantine, and Eshu will sell for nothing less than a full hold's worth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 again. Oh, but we get 2 for this one. And oh, hold on. There's a whole system here. There's a whole system. Accelerate the growth. Harvest algae. Accelerating the growth. The algae in the stack grows at a regular rate, but with some careful feed adjustments and water cycling, you can improve your yield per cycle. And there's no more algae in the stack for this cycle. You'll need to wait for more to grow. So we can only do a certain amount here. But thankfully, we can use our 4s for this also. So algae growth. The algae takes time to grow, and each cycle, more can be harvested from the stack. Patience is required. Okay. We're going to have to game the system as well as we can to be able to... So we can get 3 per cycle. And so that means we'll get 6. So I don't think this is going to be an issue. A super issue. And holy crap, that's that done already. We're going to run out of scrap. Holy scrap. Let me just go and check when the scrap man is due in. Tomorrow. Right? Yes. Okay, right. We need to come back over here. In fact, let's just sleep over here. Because we've used all of our dice already. That was a very fast day. But it's because we're on a mission. A difficult mission, it seems. Oh, we must remember about... We must remember about this. We don't have a huge amount of days. I've done exactly what I wasn't supposed to do by having everything going at once. I think we should put some dice into this so that it's nearly ready and it only needs 1 more. We'll put our next big dice in here. 5 or 6. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. One thing's for sure, we need all of our 5s. Our 5, not all of our 5s, but our 5 dice. What am I doing? Where's my house? Here it is. Pretty sure I just fed the cat, didn't I? Let's do this. Let's just go to sleep. I think, yeah. Oh god, it would be very easy to lose track of the days if they all go this fast. Oh, was something... Oh, was that just that? Oh, bloody hell. That's not very nice. Oh, okay. Right, first of all, let me take all of this so we know where we stand. Yeah, see, this time we're hoping for the scrap rather than the shift mine thingies. We got all scrap. Wonderful. We're also hoping for scrap from any engineering things we're doing, aren't we? I always forget that that's an option. Or not an option, but a possibility. Right, we're putting the 4 in somewhere. I don't really understand how this works. Oh, we only get 1 per day, but now we'll get 2. I'm not exactly sure. I could put the 4 in here just because at least we know what this does. And we might get a scrap from it and... Yeah. And then I'm just re-roll all this. And we'll know a little bit better where we are. There's my 6. Okay, let's go... First of all, let's go back. I should check in and see how long we actually have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 is quite a lot. Unless it's not. Unless the days go really fast, then it's not much at all. But if I... Alright, if I put the 6 in here... This might give us 3. And then we would only need to put another 6 in, but this might blank. I'm not sure. We might not be allowed to do this twice. This is right, isn't it? Infiltration is what we want, not lockdown. Yeah, we can't do this again. I thought so. Oh, we got some energy for being a thrill seeker. So we need 2 more dice in here, and it's got to be 4 plus. Well, you know, if I do this today, that means we can do this whenever we need to finish it now. That might be what I do. So, I'm just trying to remember what the consequences are for failing any of the water and the food checks. Because we can just use our low dice on those if there's no consequences. Because what else are we going to use them on? Patrol. So, yeah, because this is going to get us 2. We only need 1 more. And I don't think we'll be able to do this again. I think this is fine. If we fail this, we get a lockdown. But even if we put this in, we would probably complete it. And if not, we would get 1 lockdown, which is fine. Yeah, so if we were absolutely desperate, I think we could still manage. So that means we've just got to focus our efforts back over here. We've got enough scrap again to see us through. So this loses 2 energy, but I don't know exactly what it even does. But that would give us most of a chance to win it. We lose algae growth and get no food if we do that, so we actually probably... Oh, this should be okay, right? We're not gonna get the negative, are we? Positive! Oh! +2. And we lost the algae growth because... Yeah, because we, Okay, so we should be putting our shit dice into here. Because there's nothing to lose, really. Except some energy, which we can... We have infinite energy. We can buy... Oh, like, yeah, pretty much infinite energy right now. We can just buy it. So... Because energy is money at this point. Right, yeah. So we can put that in there. And then if we do this... It means we can pick 2 tomorrow. Maybe. I'm starving. Emphas. I'm absolutely starving. Help me. I need some mushrooms. Oh, I need 2. I need 2 portions. Hold on, no, that gave me 3. Oh, I don't need 2 potions. I always forget how much I get from things. Thank you, Emphas boy. Okay. We can sleep over here again. Where we at? Scrap. Cat food. Sleep. Oh, complete active scenes? What have I missed? Oh, I've missed something. What have I missed? Oh. Oh! Our friend! He needed 2 days. Oh, sorry, they needed 2 days. Let's get over there. I completely forgot. This is to make a plan. Yeah, peak. Cautious spacer. This is so that we can actually deliver the stuff. Otherwise, what's the point in collecting it? Sleeper. Peak catches your attention from the shadowy corner they were leaning against. Any trouble getting up here? None. Good to hear. Come, take a look at this. They beckon you over to a nearby window which looks across the ruined ring to the blinking red lights of the Havenage cordon. Is this the cordon here? The cordon's temporary structures, a net of metal struts meant to detect and dissuade any ships from entering or leaving the flotilla, jut out into the black. A net of metal struts. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. And all around, the tugs flit, securing them in place and tending to the red blinking drones that demark the quarantine. It's an impressive and worrying sight. What do you think? Peak interrupts your thoughts. And there's another typo. How would you get through? The tugs? That's what it sounded, if that's what's securing them in place. Use one of the tugs. I don't actually understand what that means. An escort, you mean? I doubt we could fit all of the supplies on one of those tugs, but if it seemed like the Briar was being officially escorted through the cordon... Peak squints at the red lights. But then we'd be stuck inside. Peak turns away from the window and rubs their forehead. Essie has really wrapped us up in something here, hasn't she? The question is spoken under their breath, and they don't seem to expect an answer. The silence grows. Maybe we try all 3? I don't need to ask why. Peak laughs. I like it. At least we should prepare as many ways as we can. The way I see it, there are 3 parts to making it through the cordon. They gesture out the window at the strange structure. Deception, distraction, and speed. We'll need all 3 of them for a clean passage through. Deception means tricking the cordon security into thinking we are meant to be there. Maybe a tug escort would work? Anything that makes a Briar look official. Distraction, meanwhile, will be about diverting attention so no one looks too hard at what the Briar is doing. So if we can create a gap in the cordon scanning and deterrent systems, that should keep them busy. Finally, Speed. We'll make sure the Briar is ready to roll. Perhaps we can do a little work on the ship to get her ready. Essie surely wouldn't mind. They lean back from the window. How does that sound? Excellent! Pete grins. Don't get too excited. There's a lot to get sorted before we make the run. Yeah, no shit. Pete looks down at their slate. 10 cycles left. They glance out of the window at the cordon nervously. 10 cycles to gather the supplies and to prep this plan. It's tight. Very tight. Pete looks at you. If this goes wrong, Pete sighs. Just get out, okay? They squeeze your shoulder. I'll follow Essie anyway, but you, anywhere, but you don't need to get dragged down with us. Okay, I'm not going to say it won't come to that, it might. Okay. Good. Pete brightens a little. I don't need any more guilt than I already have. Let's get to it. Pete stretches. I'll tell Essie about the improvements to the Briar, and the rest? Let's explore the cordon as best as we can and look for openings. I have no idea what guardian angels sent you to us, Sleeper. Pete smiles. But I'm very glad they did. I'm here for this. Like, we got this. I mean, it's a lot, but we've done other things that were a lot. Right, the cordon. Okay, so blend in with the crew. It gives us 1. Intercept comms gives us 2. Blend in with the crew. One thing about being a sleeper is people always assume you are working, so blending in with the tug crews shouldn't be too tough. Or, more high risk, high reward, the cordon buzzes with radio transmissions and data packets. Intercepting them will help you give you a sense of how things are run here. So we need 6, so 3 good dice in here should do it. Oops, I didn't read the thing. This music, it's got this crazy noise in the background. Cordon intel. You and Peak need to get a sense of how the Haven Age operation works before you can prepare to plan to slip through it. Yeah, that makes sense. This is all going alright. Well, it's happening, sort of. That music, it's got this like really deep talking noise. I think we're ready to sleep then. We've used all of our dice, we have energy. I think we were ready before we did our scrap. Let's sleep. We really just need to... make the most of our dice, is what I was gonna say. We could have done without that roll today. My god. Oh, now, do we just re-roll this entire bunch? Oh, this could be bad. Oh, yeah, we lost this, so we only have 1 algae that... We need to be doing this every couple of days at least. The water is ongoing too. 2, 3, 4, 5 more dice here. Hold on, let me just check. There's a possibility for neutral here. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I would say that was worth it. Okay. 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 Well, we want to use the high ones on the algae as often as we can. So if we go 4 here, and then we can pick 2 algae. Yeah. Oh no, no. That's just being greedy, right? We don't need this that fast. We should pick 1. Yeah, let's pick 1. Because that's going to give us 2. We don't need to pick another one today. We should use these dice on other things. Yeah, because it's not as if we don't have anything else to do anymore. We still have this. Which will take 3 dice on this side. And we can do 2 of them right now. That sounds good. unless we get blocked out of it. You tab into a broadcast detailing the order of operations for new crews assigned to the cordon. This is exactly what you need. Wonderful. Okay. Because this only feels like the start of this as well. This is only giving us intel. So next is next time we get a high dice here and algae, and what about the ship? Do I need to contribute? Oh, that's not it. Do I need to contribute to that? Because I hope that doesn't mean I need more scrap. That might come later. So at this point, I think I should just spend the 4 on the water. And we're gradually building them up. And we still need to keep in mind that the clock is ticking over the water. Oh no, what am I doing? This isn't it. I accidentally nearly stole from the farmers instead of stealing from the reservoir. Whoops. Let's see. Yeah, that gets us halfway. We could just use any dice on this that lose condition, right? Because if we lose condition, it's fine. We can use a stabilizer. Like multiple times. Like if we have, like say if we'd had those 3 3s, we could have just put all of the 3s in here and then stabilized at the end of the day. Just trying to think if there's anywhere better we should be putting this right now. I don't think we need to speed the algae along. It's 6 and 2 3s. It's not. It's a waste of a dice, actually, trying to speed that up. Yeah, it's not even 6 and 2 3s. It would be a waste doing it that way. We just gotta be patient, like it said. Yeah. Where do we want to spend the 2, though? No, there's no point in doing that. But if we put it in here, right? If we get a negative from this, minus energy. Well, you know what? We could just use it to get some energy back. No. Energy's money, yeah. If we get the -2 energy, we only have 1 to lose. Does that then take our condition? But at this point, I don't know where else to put this number 2. Hey, that means we can pick 2 tomorrow if we want, and we need to, because we never want this to get full. Or it doesn't matter if it gets full, but not over another day, if that makes sense, because then we'll lose out. Okay. Okay, that was maybe the waste, but I don't know what else I was going to do with that too. So I do need to run back over and get some more emphas mushrooms. It's always good to see our boy, even though we don't see him anymore. I like giving him business. There we go. That'll last us for a day. Still a long time before this one comes in. We've already got all of our scrap. And we should always, before time gets away with me, just keep checking to see how many days we have left here. Oh, I thought we'd done like 3 days since the last time I checked. So tomorrow is going to be halfway. That's fine. Okay, let's go down. Let's sleep then again. I'm a little frightened about the scrap situation now. I feel like I shouldn't be spending all this scrap, because if we need to upgrade the ship, that's okay. End cycle? Yeah, we need more dice now. That's all we can do. It's so strange how it just speeded. We used to be able to do like 1 or 2 days in one video. Oh, good, good, good. Thank you. Beautiful. We rarely get 3s except that one day. And now, like, we'll get so many 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s, and they are blessed. Alright. Just trying to think of the best way to do it. I think, didn't we only need to do 1 more dice up here? One more here. That'll get us 2, yeah. That finishes this. Well, it'll give us a new thing, I think. Oh, 3 new things? Oh. Okay, let's look at them. Crew canteen, Havenage hangar, cordon operations. Right, canteen, obviously. Oh, do we get to choose how we... Oh, do we have to do all of these? Deflect suspicion, convince the crew. Taking hardline attitudes, loudly arguing in favor of the quarantine, making friends with security. There are ways to deflect suspicion. So this is just in case the alarm is up, like we've seen in other situations. Convince a crew. With division rife among the tug crews, gaining support for a supply shipment will just be a case of picking the right crew and approaching them discreetly. So this is going to take another 6. A crew willing to escort the Briar through the quarantine will give the ship a better chance of passing the cordon without any trouble. And then all access the cordon. No, all across the cordon. Havenage security are keeping a close eye on things. Gain their attention and you'll struggle to maintain access. Okay, so that's... We need 6 dice on that one. And then here we have... Sabotage sensors. This will get us a blind spot. Some careful sabotage to the cordon system should create a sensor gap that will allow the Briar to bypass the automatic quarantine systems. Another 6 dice. Creating a blind spot in the cordon's perimeter will give the Briar a better chance of evading detection when she makes her run. And then suspicion. Does the suspicion go across all of this, I think? And then the hangar. Slice thrusters. These tugs have a powerful suite of ion thrusters for rapid maneuvering. If you can sneak in and slice them off, you'll have a significant upgrade for the Briar. We don't need no scraps, we'll just steal the stuff. So 6, 12. We need 18 dice over here. We're never ever gonna get this done. No, we will. We have time. We just need so many dice over here. Okay. Let's work on the supplies. Although we do... Oh, is this more of a priority? But we're doing so well with the supplies. Right, I definitely wanted to pick at least one of these. That seemed important. Yeah. Oh, we could finish this. No, we couldn't. No, not worth. We need... Okay, 1 more good dice here. And that fills out algae. No, that fills out food. Yeah, okay. And then the food's done. And then... We can put the fours in here still. We would get this up to 3/4 done. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Right? I think that it's worth it because then we only need 2 more dice here. Basically, we can get the supplies done after today with 3 more dice. I think. And then we need to put 18 dice into the other place. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. And we've got to reroll this one. It might turn into something good. Oh, and we got a scrap item. Beautiful. Alright. Ah, 2. Brutal. Okay. There's a chance for that to be negative condition-wise. There's a chance... I don't know what happens if we're neutral here. Could give us some alert. Again, this alert might go over everything. So maybe we shouldn't do that. We only need one more dice here, so it does not seem worth doing that. Although... The negative is losing the growth, and we'll get a new one tomorrow when we get new dice. But if we got a positive, 25% chance. Oh, we might only get one food. No. Doesn't seem worth it, because we'd still need to spend another dice anyway. Though, there's nothing to spend a 2 on over here either, is there? Because all of the negatives can bring up suspicion. And we have ways of getting rid of the suspicion, but that takes another dice. So not only you're actually... The low dice are just a trap. Like, they're just a trap. Because if you get the negative, you then need to spend another dice to do that. It's not even free, it costs. So, yeah, no, that's not going there. Why do we want to spend the 2 then? Just on energy? The wastes. Maybe just on energy. Because there's no point in putting it into the accelerating growth. There's a chance that this goes. What else are we going to do with it? Now, let's just use it for energy. We can do another day. So let's do energy, repair, yeah. Okay, I've made my decisions. Oh, that was a good roll. And then sleep. And then tomorrow, more of the same. Hopefully with good dice. Although I feel like we're running out of dice luck. Oh. Honestly, we are blessed. 'Tis a blessed day on the eye. We can get the supplies finished today. So we need 2 in here. I hope this is the supplies finished anyway. Oh, and another scrap. Wonderful. Where? Eshi, tucked into a service corridor deep below the reservoir, Eshi is double checking the seals on the water tanks loaded onto the motorized trolley. Though you are far enough away from any thoroughfares not to worry about being overheard, you both still speak in hushed tones. How will you get these to the Briar? As she glances back at you. We'll trolley these up to a bay further along, then we'll bring in the Briar for a quick and quiet collection. Okay. Speaking of quiet, she gives you a look and then looks pointedly back down the corridor towards the reservoir before hitting the ignition on the trolley to start it moving. You take the other side of the trolley and walk up the wide service corridor with its flickering lights and solemn detritus. I don't know what that means. You doubt it gets used by Havenage. At least that's the hope. You glance across at Eshi, her face a mask of determination as she guides the trolley along. Maybe some conversation will make the journey go a little easier. Yeah, how did you meet Peak? Good question. As she pauses, a little surprised by your question, she glances back down the tunnel, but in this deserted passage, she can hardly keep up the pretense of silence. We grew up together, she answers quickly, and turns back to the trolley, but she can tell you are expecting her to add more. She seems to gather herself for an answer, not wanting to ignore you, but trying instead to get her answer straight in her head. Our outpost, Hawthorne, It's not an easy place to grow up. The administrators keep a tight hold of everything. She rolls her eyes, even though they are trapped in the same decaying installation as everyone else. Peak, she pauses. Peak found it harder than most. She pauses again, judging her words. I stepped in to help them out. Silence descends again, but you can feel the wheels turning in Eshi's mind as the creaking wheels of the trolley take you along the corridor. Peak isn't the most practical of people. They used to be, well, they needed someone to teach them to look after themselves, stand up for themselves. That was me, she smiles. After that, I couldn't get rid of them. Okay, so she like took Peak under her wing basically and protected them. As she stops talking, but you see her eyes have lit up, and you imagine she is recalling some moments or other from her and Peak's past. Aww. You both reach a wide bulkhead doorway and have to stop to shimmy the trolley over the edge. When you are done, Eshi turns to you. I'm good from here. Head back. And with that, she is gone, moving off into the dark tunnel ahead. You watch her go and then turn around and walk the distance back to the staircase you entered from, the tunnel humming around you as you do. As you walk, you try to piece together Eshi's past, but all you have are glimpses of a person she once was. She seems to prefer it that way. Yeah, it's like a lot of the themes that we've had also is like we haven't seen the past, whether it like for some of the characters we have seen their past that they want to forget, whereas this has already happened. So like, for example, anyone that Bliss and Ankita meets going forward, they're going to be as mysterious to them as Eshi is to us, you know? That's fun. That's cool. Okay. And then Algae Stack. Let's just do this. Yeah, boy. Hey, we are absolutely hauling today. We've just got all of these crates that we need to load up. You are leaning against the metal crates you just loaded up with algae, packed and dried into bright green pucks. Eshi hops onto one beside you, flexing her aching back. Is this enough? Eshi squints at you as if you just interrupted her train of thought. It's a look you have become familiar with. It doesn't matter either way. This is what we've got. She sighs, rubbing the back of her neck. In these past cycles, working the algae stack with Eshi, you've had a little insight into her mind. She rarely seems happy to start a conversation, but is always eager to end one. Despite this, you feel like something has grown between you two. Something like silent trust, the kind that tends to seed itself in the fertile soil of hard but necessary work. Oh, I love that description. There's something I've been meaning to ask. Eshi raises her head cautiously. Go on. We could have asked Peak this question as well, but why escape the... I imagine it's a thing of like, we are basically them. They literally said that we were nearly on the other side of that cordon, right? So it would make sense that they want to help them. If we get another chance, we'll delve into this, but I want to know more about XPR. Why escape XPR? As she pauses, her protective instinct fighting with the trust you've built. You can see her begin to shrug the question off. Then she stops, rethinks, sighs. What you need to understand, Sleeper, is that Erland's Eye wasn't the only place where Solheim collapse happened. Sure, Hawthorne, where we grew up, was an XPR installation, but that didn't screen it from Solheim going under. Actually, Solheim was the only reason XPR were ever here. She pauses, hesitant to go into the whole story, but wanting to offer something. She flinches, correcting herself. They are a service corp. Don't know if you pronounce the P on that. You understand? They set up outposts in surrogate systems like this to offer refueling, logistics, and maintenance services to bigger companies with extraction contracts. She gestures to the eye around her. Like Solheim. Okay. Or is it like corporation? They offer services. When Solheim went bust, XPR lost their client. And Hawthorne, well, we lost everything. We became an outpost tasked with just holding on. Keep the refueling platforms running, they said. Keep the outpost stable. Hold on to our claim. She rubs at her head, as if recalling all this was somehow physically painful. Do you know what it's like to spend your entire life in a place with no future? A place that exists only to hold a legal claim to a piece of territory? To shore up breach of contract negotiations between two corporations? It's like living in a... She searches for the word, her eyes jumping back and forth. In a grave. She clenches her hands. Yeah, it's like, as soon as politics or anything like business gets too big, it just becomes a thing that's beyond what matters, like, which is living and life, you know? People become numbers and stuff. So if you're looking for the answer to why questions, that's your answer. We, Peek and I, know what it's like to be forgotten, to be locked out. She stares hard at the side of the stack, the algae walling against the glass in beautiful patterns. She doesn't look away. The silence extends and you realize the conversation is over. As she seems angry, not at you, but with herself for even voicing such ideas. I think that's something that maybe she needed to actually get off her chest and maybe she didn't know. After a while, you stand and start to load the crates onto the powered cargo trolley that Eshe will run back to the Briar. As you do, you try to catch her eye, but she avoids it, soothing herself instead with the comforting simplicity of physical work. She doesn't like to be vulnerable. At all. She would never show it. Oh. Oh, we just have one. Oh, I was like, why is this one highlighted? Because we're on +2, yeah. Oh, we'd still need another 2 to be able to use. Oh, there might be another 2 in us. Right, now we have this 6 that we can use on actually working on the ship or something. And we can re-roll the 2. But I know I keep checking, but I just lose track of time so easily. Let me just check now where we're at. Oh. We need to do this like tomorrow. We're not gonna get this done in time. It's as simple as that. We should do it tomorrow. I mean, we could do it today. Let's see what we roll. Let's see what the 2 rolls into. I'm just afraid it's gonna end the game and then we've done all this work for nothing. But if that happens, I'll just have to replay the entire game. So that I can record the rest of the DLC. Right, what here seems the most important? Right, these ones need 5s and 6s. So we should put our big dice in sabotaging the sensors. And... oh! Okay. We should put our big dice in sabotaging the sensors. The other 2, we need 4s, 5s, and 6s, which is all... we can use them all. So let's... focus on this one just for any higher dice. Yeah, creating a blind spot in the cordon so we can get through easy enough. So we need to put 6 5s and 6s into this. Let's re-roll this. It's a 1. Okay, we're not doing that today. In fact, you know, that's probably better for a different episode anyway. Maybe we'll do it on the next one. For now, what do we do with this 1? This terrible 1. There's no point in putting it in here. Like I said, it's a trap. we do that, we have 50% of getting a suspicion. And then if we want to lose the suspicion, we have to put a dice in here. And if we fail that one, we get even more suspicion. Yeah, there's nothing else to put it into. We can just put it into energy again. Unless there was any resources we're gonna need, but... Yeah, because, see, I've now done the thing, the one where you might lose condition. That would have been fine to put these things in, but the Havenage, what's it called? The Havenage suspicion is what makes it that you can't just put your disposable dice into. Okay, let's just... Right, what I think we'll do... We'll roll this. We'll scrap up. And then we'll end this episode ready for tomorrow, where I think we're gonna do the thing for Caster and just pray that it doesn't end the game. And if it does, then tomorrow's episode will be the last one for a while, I guess. Although I do want to finish this DLC as well. So like I say, I would play the rest of it, but not on recording. So let's just quickly do these then. Neutral. Condition. Alright. And then we are good to go for tomorrow. Right. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We're making so much progress. Like, even if we don't finish it tomorrow, I mean in the next episode, there's probably only a couple left. I don't even know if we'll make it to 30. Let's see, shall we? Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time for more Citizen Sleeper. Bye bye.